All right, I'm going to go over scored games. You can keep score in this game as an option, individually or as a team. If you do a scored game, it's going to last 4 quarters, each quarter being one game or one round. Okay, and then you just tally up the points, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. Now, if there's a team or individual that wins 3 straight games, that team, it'll be 21 skunk rules. They automatically win the game because they won 3 straight. To score the game, basically how it works is whoever wins, so say for an individual game, we'll start off with individual games. So the winner of the game gets a touchdown, and their touchdown can be valued at either 8 points, 7 points, or 6 points. Okay, an 8-point touchdown is a formation or streak that has no wildcats in it. So for example, if this player won right here, since he has no wildcats in his 4-3 formation or say streak right here, they get 8 points for the win. Okay. If their 4-3 formation or streak has at least one wildcat, and that wildcat could be added by them or another player, doesn't matter. But if their 4-3 formation or streak has at least one wildcat, it brings the value of their touchdown down to 7 points. If they have at least 2 wildcats in their 4-3 formation or streak, it brings the value of their touchdown down to 6 points. Okay, so that's how the winning scores work. If a team happens to have a disguise sets, it doesn't matter if it has a wildcat or not, it's not to be revealed. So disguise set automatically is considered a set that doesn't have wildcats in it, and it's scored as such. Okay. If an individual or team happens to create a crazy 8, which is all 4 pigskins and horse collars with absolutely no wildcat, they automatically win the game once it's set down, and that's considered 8 points. Okay. Now, a loser of a game, if they make their formation or a streak, but they lost the game, that's considered a field goal, and they'll get 3 points for that. Okay. If a team at least makes just one set, it's a safety, and I mean an individual game. If they just make one set, it's a 2-point safety. Okay, so and again, you're just tallying up the points, designate a scorekeeper, and whoever has the most points at the end wins. If teams tie, then they're going to go for overtime. So an overtime is only going to involve the teams that tied at the end. Now, if it happens to be 2 teams or 2 individuals for an individual game, then you're just going to follow the 2-player rule and subtract the pick sixes, the reverses, and the handoffs or skips. For a team game, the only difference is we're talking about the whole team collectively. So if a whole team collectively that wins have formations or streaks with absolutely no wildcats at all as a whole team, then that counts as 8 points. If one team member has a wildcat and they're just one wildcat in there, it's going to bring the value down to 7 points. So we're talking the entire team. So if it's 2 teams or 3 teams, if the entire team only has one wildcat out of all of their formations or streaks, brings the value down to 7 points. If the entire team has 2 wildcats or more and collectively all of their formations or streaks, it brings the value of their touchdown down to 6 points. So for example, if this was team A, this was team B, and this was team C, since team C has 2 wildcats in there, it brings the value of their touchdown down to 6 points. Okay. Now, for the teams that lose, for a losing team, if the entire team made at least a streak or formation, then they're going to get a field goal, and that's 3 points. Okay. If an entire team, there's one person that didn't complete something and they just have one set down there, it's going to bring the value down to a safety, and that's going to be 2 points. So if this was player A and player B on a team, since player B didn't make their formation or hit the field goal, then it's going to be a safety. All right. If one player out of the team doesn't make anything, then that whole team's going to get 0 points. So that's it for scoring teams or scoring teams and individuals.